Israel, it's great. I'm a pastor from GMS London. We'll start by saying all praise to Jehovah Hashem Yahweh Shai. The bottoms unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and none of that to the brethren on the highways and byways, teaching the truth in all sincerity. Okay, this is a contribution to Elder Apostle Tahar's ongoing series of the Gentiles versus the Gentiles. Okay, I'm going to entitle this one, the key is in the word and in the prophecies, man. Okay, because, you know, these Christians and most of these Christians, man, okay, are all trying to cling on to this word Gentile, okay, in in hope that that salvation is for them, man. They use that word so is the only reason that they believe they can receive salvation, because the scripture talk about the Gentiles. Okay, but the lack of understanding of the word itself and the prophecies that were written, in the so-called Old Testament, okay, they don't have to understand those things, man. And without that understanding, you ain't gonna get it, man. Okay, you got guys like James White and Vocab Alone, at the present moment, talking all this Gentile speech, okay, about how they can be saved and all that kind of stuff. But the truth of the matter is, man, they're not dealing with what the scripture said in the prophets, man. Okay, they're not dealing with that. Okay, somehow the Most High just, changed everything that He said, and has proclaimed something different to what He said previously, man, which is not the case. Okay, so just to start this off, I want to just put down some premises, man. Okay, on this word, right? I'm gonna start off here in Galatians chapter 1 verse 6. I mean, I'm gonna be going mostly into so-called Old Testament scriptures, okay, from the books of the prophets and that. We could link it out with certain scriptures in the New Testament, okay, because these guys, they don't really want to deal with the prophecies, man. Okay, and the prophecies have to be upheld in the scriptures, okay. But I'm gonna start here. Galatians chapter 1 verse 6 says, "I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Yahweh Shai unto another gospel, okay, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and will pervert the gospel of Yahweh Shai." Okay, these teachings that these other nations can be saved, man, that's a perversion, man. Okay, because that's not actually written in the scriptures. Okay, it is misunderstood. Okay, and that's why the elders, the apostles, okay, and the men of GMS, we're out here to rectify and clarify these issues, man. Okay, through the scriptures. Okay, because we teach that the salvation is only for Israel, and that the Gentiles that the scriptures speak about, that are receiving salvation, that are in fact or indeed Israelite foreigners. Okay, not actual Gentiles, which I'm going to get into the word in a minute, and you're going to see that there is a difference. Okay. It says, "But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed." Okay, so we're going to go into the teachings of the apostles, man, what they were teaching. Okay, what they were saying. Because bearing in mind, none of these books that we're reading right now, the book of Galatians and so on and so forth, okay, they were never written in the time of the Lord and the apostles, man. These were written later on. Okay, these was written down later on. Okay, so the books that they were dealing with were the books of the prophets, man, the books of Moses and so on and so forth. Okay, so you have to consider that and keep that in mind. Okay, of the things that they were speaking about and what they was referencing it to. Okay, you have to know what they were referencing to, right? So yeah, so you preaching anything other than what the scriptures are teaching, man. Okay, you're gonna be cursed, man. You're gonna be destroyed. Okay, Revelation chapter 22. and verse 18. Okay, I can only imagine this one going to be a fairly long video, but I just wanted to get some of this information out, man, because there's tons of scriptures on this, man, and too many to put in one lesson. We'd be here all day. Okay, there's so much evidence to back the position of what it is we're speaking, man, as opposed to what they're saying. Okay, all these nations, these nations can't be saved. These other nations can't be saved, man. Okay, their future, their destiny is to be servants. Okay, to be slaves under the nation of Israel. Okay, and Esau's ultimate destiny and judgment and future is to be destroyed. Okay, so these nations can't get out of their lot. Okay, because they weren't promised those things. Okay, the kingdom and all that were promised unto the nation of Israel. Okay, you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? Oops. All right, yep. Revelation 22 verse 18 down here. It says, "For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book, if any man shall add unto these things, God shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book." Okay, that all nations can be saved talk is adding unto the scriptures, man. Okay, because that is not in here. Okay, that is not in here. Okay, so you add anyone doing that is adding. Okay, there's a difference between expounding and adding, and you adding something that's not even in the scriptures to forward your own personal beliefs and agendas and all that kind of shit. Okay, but that universal salvation is for all nations is not contained in the scriptures. Okay, Malachi chapter, where is it? Chapter 3 verse 6 says here, "For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore you sons of Jacob are not consumed." Okay, so I'm just putting in the point that the Lord changes not. He doesn't change his mind. He doesn't make errors in the things that he does. Okay, he does it for his own purpose. Okay, so anything that he had said and promised, that doesn't change. Okay, the covenant he made with Israel does not change, and his part in it does not change. Okay, and just to double back that, this is Second Ezra, chapter 8, verse 22. Okay, talking of the Most High, it says here, "Whose service is conversing in the wind and fire, whose word is true and sayings constant." Okay, again, it don't change. Okay, what he said one day is the same as same as always, man. Okay, whose commandment is strong and ordinance fearful. Okay, I mean, I could have added scriptures in here. We're talking about how the heathen are nothing to the Most High. Okay, I ain't got that in my lesson here, but there's scriptures, quite a few scriptures on that, a lot of scriptures on that even. For the complete disregard of these other nations, the Lord don't care about them. Okay, but we're gonna be dealing with this Gentile thing. Okay, now if go to the blue letter here, right? You do a lexicon check on the term Gentiles, right? You're gonna get this up. Okay. Now basically, Gentiles in the so-called Old Testament, okay, is a goy, okay, or what, right? Which means nation, heathen, Gentiles, people. Okay, nations. Okay, the term Gentiles is not a universal term, man. It has many applications depending on who it's speaking about. Okay, because you can see here it means the same thing in the Greek. Okay, it hasn't changed. The only thing that's changed is the fact that it's written in Greek, which is ethnos, where we get the term ethnicity from, or ethnic, right? Again, it means nation, peoples, okay, which is synonymous with nation. Okay, the term Gentiles is talking about nations. It's not attributed to any particular nation, okay, other than that which the context is referring it to. Okay, so depending on who or depending on what Gentile or what nation the scriptures is talking about is who you identifying that scripture with. Okay, but it has to be used in conjunction with the context to get the understanding of what Gentile you're talking about. Okay, what nation are you talking about? What people are you talking about? Okay, because it doesn't necessarily mean just a straight heathen. Okay, as in someone that is not of Israel. Okay, it doesn't mean that. Okay, the term Gentile just simply means nation, and it has to be attributed to a particular nation. Okay, within the context, right? Oh yeah. Right. 2 seconds. So turn this back on. I'll turn my thing off. Right. Okay. So in the Greek, okay, which is we're dealing with right the second ethnos, right? It's used a very few times, meaning heathen, meaning of an other nation outside of Israel. Okay, mostly used for straight up Gentiles or nation. Okay, which they're two of the same thing. Right. Right. In its definitions now, going from point two. There's a multitude of individuals of the same nature or genus. Okay, genus is race. Which goes back to nation. Okay, so like I said, it's a particular group of people that it is referring to, not necessarily anybody, but it has to be read in its context to understand that. And this is where the prophecies come into it, to understand who it's actually talking about. Okay, when the apostles and the law was saying these things to the Gentiles, okay, which, like I said, are Israelite foreigners that were being taught. Okay, that was the nation that they were speaking to. Okay, those Israelites that were among the other Gentiles. Okay, point 3 says a tribe, nation, people, group. Okay, but that is mainly it. Okay, here it talks about it says a race as of the same habit, i.e., tribe specifically, a foreign. So now they add this bullshit in a foreign, non-Jewish. It doesn't have to mean that. It could mean that, but it don't have to mean that. Okay, and this is where the understanding comes into play about understanding when it's talking about Israel and when it's not talking about Israel. Okay, the Gentile, heathen nation, people, right? So knowing that, okay, we're gonna go back. Okay, and we're gonna start getting some uh, understanding. Okay, we're gonna start off with some examples, right? Just to show you there is a difference. Okay, on how you use that word Gentile. You can be using